Charmander is one of my favorite starter Pokemonsters in the Pokemonster universe. I lost the rival battle, by the way. I would be trying to get away with something if I didn't immediately point that out. This is the first time I've lost the rival battle. I miscalculated. I thought I could survive another hit. It's not so important I have to show it, but let's keep going back to how great Charmander is. I love Charmander. Now, to be fair, Charmander kinda fucking sucks, especially in red and blue. But in Fire Red, Leaf Green, oh man, Charmander just goes to town. But this is not Fire Red and Leaf Green, so I have to try Brock multiple times. This is my second run with starter Pokemon. I've been doing these on every 10 runs of these. This is my 20th Glitchless Classic, which means no glitches. You know, outside of like shit that, you know, this game is just it's held together with duct tape. So, you know, the whole game is kind of glitchy, but like, you know, we're not doing warping to the credits. We're not skipping Marowak, anything like that. I do these runs single segment, which means I do not use saves or loads. I don't necessarily think that that's cheating or glitching, of course. They're built into the game. But to me, it's just more fun having to just deal with my mistakes. You know, and especially if you do saving and loading, then that kind of fucks up the in-game timer. So I just like to keep things easy. And so I did a bunch of extra trainers in Route 3 and also in Viridian Forest because I lost the rival battle like a fucking moron. And on Mount Moon, just because, like, this is Charmander here. I'm going to go up against Misty really soon. I don't know what the hell to expect. Of course, I also have been adding the live timer onto the screen so you can see it during the footage. Most of the run I play back at like 15 or 20x speed because, you know this game, you know where I'm going. I slow down some of the important fights like this one, the rival battle. Again, like Charmander, like I want to love Charmander in red and blue, but like Charmander just sucks. However, I have to say, overall, I think Charmander is better than Bulbasaur. Overall, I want to say that. I don't know if it's true. I haven't done any sort of quantitative analysis. I want to say that. I don't know if it's true. But in my particular experience here, if you look at my gamer chart, as I am a gamer and I have a chart for gamers. If you look at my gamer chart, you can see that Bulbasaur ended up, like, finishing, I think it was around 7 hours or something. I'm not looking at the chart as I record the auditory aspect of this. But I think it was horrible. And to be honest with you, I was drunk. I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't really, you know, think about things too much. And I just kind of thought, brute force might save me. One other thing I do with these runs that also is just an X factor, a wild card, if you will, throughout the entirety of this series, is that I don't reset at all for statistics. You know, this is an alt main series I'm doing. Of course, this is now just a starter Pokemon, so I don't need to catch them. But, like, you know, most of these I have to run and find and catch the Pokemon, right? So, like, if I'm going to reset for stats when I have to catch a Pokemon 2 hours into the run, you know, that sucks, and it just makes the game unfun. I have done speedruns for a long time. I started speedrunning around 2013. I have speedrun games that are very random many times. I got Farfetch'd here because I couldn't get a Paris and Mount Moon. And just resetting for RNG bullshit, it just makes the game less fun. You know, it's like, oh, I want to play Pokemon today. Turns into, how much time do I have? Can I afford resetting for an hour? Ugh, I'm bored, you know? I don't feel like resetting for it. Right, so I don't want to deal with that kind of shit. I went to take a pee break here before the rival fight. Gotta make sure I'm nice and empty for that situation. But again, I don't want to deal with any horse shit. So I don't run with any sort of stat checks. I don't even know what good stats look like. I try to avoid looking at stats just because it's a cognito hazard, and I'm not too interested in that aspect of speedrunning Pokemon at this time. I will get there at some point when I finish all 140 something of these alternative main glitchless runs. I would love to at some point try to get like a genuine solid reset for stats, Nidoking type of thing. That's kind kind of like, this is all the training arc for that, really, when you can think of it that way. I would like to do that, but, you know, I'm trying to have fun with the game as opposed to speedrunning the game in a competitive sense. I want to have fun with the game, so that's what I'm doing right now. Anyway, let's try Misty again for the 15th time. Starmie is really good at the game, and Charmander, not so much. This is an area where Bulbasaur would be really good. I feel like Bulbasaur is worse overall. Like, in the later half, Bulbasaur is really bad. Brock, Bulbasaur is not really that good against because Bulbasaur doesn't really get anything good yet, you know, that early in the game. But Misty is an area where Charmander is just like, just burnt toast, you know, and it's just not so good. So I just tried to level up a little bit. I fought some extra trainers on Route 24. You may have seen that earlier during the flickering of 20x speed. But anyway, got Misty done at level 30. I'm over leveled as fuck, and I just want to say this run, now my Bulbasaur run was really bad, because I was a lot worse at the game. That was my 10th run. This is my 20th, right? So I've gained a lot of skill. I know this game a little bit better, a lot better actually, I feel like the first 10 runs were just kind of like figuring things out, and then the second 10 runs has been like ironing things out, you know? But I made a lot of mistakes here. I fought a couple extra trainers in Rock Tunnel. I lost, like 15 times. I ran out of repels, and then I had to think, like, should I actually bike all the way back to, wherever the fuck to get repels? Probably not. I don't even think it's really an option. Are there repels in Cerulean City? I'm not sure. But either way, I'm struggling immensely fighting optional trainers I don't even need to deal with because I forget what I'm doing. It's not going well. I fully admit that again, these are all one-try runs. I don't want to say Charmander is bad just because I did bad at the game. That said, I do think Charmander is probably bad. You know, in comparison to Squirtle, I think Squirtle's easily the best starter. But on my 30th run, I'll be able to put that to the actual test. And again, these are not like comparing Pokemon to Pokemon. This is like my skill, the random stats that I get. Like, so I could have gotten like a monster, you know, Charmander, and maybe would have saved like 30 minutes or something. Possible. I don't know. I'm not tracking any of that stuff. But either way, I went to go fight Erica a little bit earlier than I normally would. Normally, when I do these runs, I don't have my main Pokemon yet. So, like, I have to go through the Rocket Hideout, and I have to go to the Pokemon Tower, and I have to get the Poke Flute, and you know, so like I'm kind of like, oh yeah, let me experiment. I'm Charmander. I got fire attacks. Let's go fight Erica early. Big mistake. Big mistake. I got bound. I got wrapped. And well, it didn't actually pose to be that much of a problem. Maybe I can handle this. Maybe Vile Plume is not, and then I died. And so it's an unfortunate situation. I feel bad about it. I feel terrible. And frankly, I just I don't know I don't know what to do at this point. I kind of feel like I want to change the route a little bit just to say I did. But I don't really know the best way to do it. And then I remember, oh yeah, I haven't even fought Lieutenant Surge. Let's go do that real quick. I got Dig, so this should be easy, right? I get a decent job at the trash puzzle. Decent, not very good, but decent. And again, I was so over-leveled by this point, Lieutenant Surge was super fucking easy. If I could have managed to get Misty out of the way earlier, which I don't know how I would have done that, to be honest, I would have much preferred to do Lieutenant Surge. Maybe I should have just done that before Rock Tunnel. I don't know. Either way, going back to Erica's gym, and I decided to fight a couple extra trainers just to level up a little bit. I'm level 39. Like, I feel like I'm way over-leveled, but really I'm not because I'm unevolved, right? So, but anyway, pretty easy. I think I have Flamethrower by now. I probably should know that, but I don't because I'm stupid. But I'm pretty sure I got Flamethrower by now. And Flamethrower is just a lot better than Ember, right? So, now we're in the Rocket Hideout. My favorite part. Yeah, it's a maze. You got the arrows that are slow as hell. Really cool. Pretty scary guy. Not so scary here. I'm just so over-leveled. Again, I normally do this part at a lower level because I don't have access to doing Erica yet because of I have to catch the Pokemon thing. Go watch the other videos or whatever if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm doing a whole series. This is number 20. Anyway, we're in Pokemon Tower. One of my favorite locales in the game. It's just very memorable. I love the ghosts. I did a Cubone run just before this to celebrate Halloween. Although, I guess, Charmander, I'm going to be posting this the day after Halloween. So is that closer to Halloween than on the 25th? of October. I don't know. I would argue the 25th of October is closer to Halloween because Halloween, once the day is over, you know, like November 1st is actually like 365 or 4 days, whatever, away from Halloween, as opposed to like 4 days or 6 or whatever. Anyway, whatever, we're on Cycling Road. I always fight that trainer on accident because I'm a fucking idiot. Going into the Safari Zone, I managed to spoiler alert, by the way, this is a big deal, but I picked up Double Team, and I did not use it the entire run. I was thinking, well, I have Swords Dance, which I'm about to get, by the way. I kind of forgot where Swords Dance was. I'm not gonna lie to you. I totally forgot I needed the card key first and everything. I was like, what? So, whatever, whoops. But Swords Dance can be taught to Charmander, and that shit is fucking insane. So my general moveset at this point is kind of reaching the final stages, so I'll talk about it. I'm using Body Slam with Swords Dance. And then I'm also using Dig. And then I also, like, I started using Slash, because Slash is really good when you have, when you're not badge boosting, when you're not using Swords Dance. Slash has that crit chance. Criticals are really weird when you have boosted stats, so, like, I don't really know exactly how it functions. But when you're unboosted, criticals are always good, for the most part, right? So, yeah, this was looking really good, and then I have Flamethrower to do some fire damage. Right, so I'm feeling good. My moveset is pretty much in its final form. I'm thinking, like, maybe I don't even need Double Team. That's the thing, like, Double Team, I have no problem with using it for the most part, because ultimately these are speedruns. That's what I'm trying to do, and Double Team is a part of the game, and it really is overpowered, but you know what? Whatever, it's a part of the game. But sometimes it does feel like I'm a little cheap, you know, like when I just get the Double Team in, and then, you know, one-shot everything, and no one has it, or maybe, like, 7-shot everything, but somehow don't take any damage. Anyway, didn't do that this time. Fighting Giovanni here, I'm actually really low on PP. Power points, good old, you know, PP. And I decide, well, fuck, do I want to come back here, or should I use, like, an elixir or something? And I decided, you know what, I'm going to use an elixir. I like to save those for the end, but really you only need, like, one at the end. I get 1 max ether, actually, is what I used here. And I get 2 elixirs. I got that rare candy, so I wouldn't forget. And so I used the max ether, actually, I believe. And so that's a little bit less useful at the end of the game than an elixir. So if I'm in an oh shit position, I'm going to use the ether first. And I felt like, you know, whatever, it's better than going back and forth. None of my other Pokemon are worthwhile. I actually did pick up Lapras, by the way. You'd think I would talk about the Koga fight, but really I don't need to. But I did pick up Lapras, by the way, because I don't have Squirtle to learn Strength and Surf. So I actually had to use Lapras for once. Very fun. I normally just have Squirtle, because when I run this, normally I just pick Squirtle every time at this point. And then just get to the new Pokemon as soon as possible. Pokemon Mansion. I just have to mention every time I'm here, I like to linger the music here for the gym as well, just because I just love the music. I love Pokemon Mansion. It's creepy. I just remember getting to Pokemon Mansion, like, the first time. It was scary. It was fucking, the music just beep, beep, beep. You know, I know the music is also currently playing on the videos. I'm sure that was way out. But I'm not listening to the audio track while I'm recording this. I'm recording this on a separate track. Anyway, we're fighting Blaine, who looks like a fat fuck in the overworld, but then, like, in the inner world, the underworld, I don't know what the fuck, the opposite of the overworld, whatever. He looks like a really thin guy. He looks like, you know, he's probably anorexic, or he's gone on death's doorstep. Anyway, again, really easy. I got Dig, and even, like, you know, against Swords Dance and Slash and other stuff, it's just, like, really overpowered. At this point, Charmander's doing really well, and really my main concern at this point in the game, my main concern was Lorelo, and I was unaware that I would hit some snags before that, but we'll get to that in a moment. Is Sabrina one of those snags? Is this the moment? You know, I'm trying to implement some sort of connectivity between the auditory and the visual experience. Of course, I did not actually end up doing that because Sabrina was super fucking easy, lo and behold. But now we're in the 8th and final gym, one I've really never had any problems with until today. So let's fight Giovanni. Yeah, Rhyhorn, easy. Dugtrio somehow managed to get all the way down to -7 health left, but they're hanging on. They totally destroyed my entire team. Let's try it again. All right, Rhyhorn, easy. Dugtrio, not so easy. Let's you know, use all my healing items, just waste them all. Healing items, let me use 17 more. Then I got pissed. I was like, let me fight a couple guys, level up or whatever. Maybe one level is going to be the ultimate difference or whatever. Probably not. Let's find out. So let's go Giovanni. All right, Rhyhorn again, super easy. Who cares? I'm going to set up my swords dances here. Hopefully I can get a one-shot body slam or flamethrower. Worked out pretty well. So now I'm in easy street. Again, a little bit of a snag, not too much, it's whatever. So now I'm back to worrying, okay, all right, Lauralee, how must I handle this situation? Should I use my rare candies just beforehand? Just, you know, I'm probably good to go. Then I'm thinking like, oh, Lance's Gyarados has Hydro Pump, oh fuck, right? Like, so I'm really worried. I don't know exactly what to do at this point, but either way, fighting the rival. This is always one of my favorite fights in the game. I don't know, it's like, it's right after the 8 badges. You feel like you're really close to the end. This fight is a good barometer for whether or not the champion fight will be easy or difficult. And frankly, when you pick Charmander, I feel like the, you know, like you don't have to deal with Gyarados here or anything like that. So I feel like this is an easy fight. So I'm like, okay, yeah, the champion's going to be simple. Really, my big walls here are dealing with Lance's Gyarados and Lauralee. So those are my biggest problems. Those are the biggest things standing in front of me. So I'm a little concerned. I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to get caught in a reset loop being stupid. So I'm going to fight a couple trainers on Victory Road, I guess. I'm going to try to level up once or twice or whatever. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just like, really what I'm doing here is I'm procrastinating. I'm scared of Laurelo, and I don't know what to do. So the Dugong, really simple. Cloyster really fucked with me many times. So I decide, you know what? I'm just going to use rare candies, but I'm not going to use all of them. I'm going to hold a couple back. We'll see how this goes. So, Dugong, super easy. Cloyster, once you get Cloyster down, super easy. All right, okay, this is a steamroll. So, but again, I'm still worried. Okay, Lance's Gyarados. Is that going to cause a problem? Am I going to get fucked? Let's find out. Again, I don't even need to mention Bruno. Bruno's easy mode. Agatha, don't even need to mention Agatha. Honestly, as Charmander, a little scary. I got a little fucked up here, but for the most part, easy mode. You know, like, again, I'm using items. This is a speed run. I'm not doing anything super crazy here. But again, the Gyarados just totally decimated me. One shot, one shot, one shot. I'm scared. What do I do? Oh, I beat Gyarados. Wow, how did that happen? I don't know, but it happened. So now we're swimming into the end of the game. You know, if we look at the chart and you know, look at it and really analyze it, you'll see like, oh wow, this is a lot better than Bulbasaur, right? So we're going into the champion fight. Let's get the chart out of here. This is the big final fight. Let's swords dance. All right, body slam. Okay, now I'm a little scared of Alakazam, but it went easy. Rhydon, you might get a little extra bonus points if they tail whip you. I'm just digging. I'm flaming. I'm slamming. I'm slashing. I'm having a great time here. And Blastoise, let's finish the game. They got 1 health point left, and then they Hydro Pumped me. And then, I'm out of items. And then I lost. I'll be honest with you, I didn't see it coming. Like, I'll be honest with you, I was a little deflated. I had a level of inflation, like I was bulbous. And then it's just all, the air escaped me all in that one moment. Fucking Blastoise with like -7 health left managed to beat me, so that's unfortunate. But again, I'm feeling like I'm confident now. It's just a matter of like wasting another 10 minutes to go do this thing. And again, I just want to mention, shout out to the B button. Doing these unevolved Pokemon runs, one of the reasons why I'm trying to do a lot of the unevolved runs now is to just get them the fuck out of the way, because hitting that goddamn B button every goddamn motherfucking shit fucking time, it's insufferable. But anyway, there's Bruno. Bruno's already done. Lorelei is already done, you know. Agatha, pretty much already done. I mean, it just started, but at the same time, spiritually, it's pretty much already done. Golbat, I just want to say shout out to Golbat's sprite. There's really never any time where I see Golbat's sprite and I don't have a good time in my life. That's one of the things that Red and Blue just, it has that level of charm. Like, I will say, like, and maybe this is a topic for another video if I ever do videos that aren't these on this channel, but I think Fire Red may be one of the only remakes of any game ever. By the way, I got one shot there. That I think actually is better than the original in a net sense. Like, it may be. I'm not sure. I'm not trying to be definitive. It's something I think about all the time. And again, I'm playing Red a lot here, and eventually I'll get back into Fire Red. I haven't played Fire Red in over a decade, right? So at some point, I'll actually do a quantitative analysis. But as a kid, I just remember thinking, like, you know, because even as a kid, I hated remakes. I really didn't like them. But I just thought Fire Red was the one exception. I remember just not liking remakes as a kid. Ports were okay, but sometimes the ports were bad. Anyway, we're fighting Lance. But either way, I'll get back into that subject at another time. Let me know in the comment section 17 years from now when I get 1 view if that's a video you'd like to see. Anyway, enough about me. Now let's talk about my playthrough of Pokemon Blue, which is not Red, a very different game. And we're going up against the champion. Again, very scary. I'm a little concerned about Blastoise, but I'm like 3 levels higher or whatever than last time. I don't know, maybe 2 levels higher. I don't know. So I'm not, I think, yeah, 3 levels. So I'm not super worried. I'm like, okay, like I did run into a little bit of an issue, like barely missing a one-shot at level 70, I think it was, right? So like level 73 should hit that one-shot range, right? Now, one thing to note about Swords Dance that's both a beautiful aspect and a horrendous aspect, well, maybe not horrendous, but just somewhat not great, is that it doubles, it does 2 stages out of 6 per move, as opposed to 1 stage with something like, I don't know, like Growl or whatever, you know, it'll lower their attack by 1 stage. Which means you get less badge boost opportunities out of it, right? So, you know, if you're going to max stages anyway, in a way, it might be better if you didn't have Swords Dance if you want to get more badge boost. Though, at this point, I do not think that ends up being necessary. And we'll see. Does Blastoise require anything great? They're doing Withdraw, which makes Dig less effective. Now I'm scared. I got a critical hit, which undid a lot of my modifiers. Body Slam's not working. Here's Hydro Pump. Oh my god, it's happening again. It's happening again. Oh my goodness gracious. Alright, Ducks, level 8, let's do it. Just kidding, Ducks ain't gonna do shit. I'm just gonna use Revive. Now again, it's a little cheap, it's a little silly, but again, these are speedruns here. And this is actually the worst Charmander speedrun of all time, especially if you look up other Charmander speedruns. And I think one of the main things that I can hang my hat on is that at least I can beat the game in under 5 hours with a Charmander. I think that's okay. But you know, whatever. Trying my best. Again, I'm doing a lot of arbitrary rules also on top of just a normal speed run, so whatever. You know, I'm making up the rules as I go. Well, not really, actually. I feel like the rules are pretty stable by this point. But that was my 20th run. I'm going to do another batch of 10, probably going to be unevolved guys. Check out the chart, by the way. Look at this. We got a chart, this chart technology. Charmander, not so great, but also not so terrible. A lot better than Bulbasaur. And I'm happy about that. And I feel great about playing the game as Charmander. I'm excited to do Fire Red as Charmander, even though at the rate of how I'm doing these videos, that might be in 5 years from now, which I'm totally fine waiting for because, you know, I'm probably going to be alive in 5 years, I think. And at that time, just waiting the additional 5 years is going to make it so much better. It's, you know, just, you know, depriving yourself for an extended period of time and then doing the thing. Ooh, makes it feel so much better. Anyway, I'm talking about playing Pokemon games, just so we understand. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. And, or, you know, I don't know, man. Maybe thank me for making a fucking video. I don't